Hello, so this is creating and using the FSA ID. So what is an FSA ID? The FSA ID is a username and password you use to log into the U.S. Department of Education online systems. The FSA ID is your legal signature and shouldn't be created or used by anyone other than you, not even your parent, your child, a school official, or a loan company representative. You'll use your FSA ID every year you fill out your free application for federal student aid or FAFSA form, and for the lifetime of your federal student loans. So how do I get an FSA ID? You have to visit studentaid.gov/FSA -ID/ create account to create an FSA ID. You'll need your social security number, full name, and date of birth. You'll also need to create a memorable password and username, and complete challenge questions and answer so you can retrieve your account information if you forget. You'll be required to provide either your email address or your mobile phone number when you make your FSA ID. Providing a mobile phone number or an email address that you have access to will make it easier to log in to the ED online systems and allow additional account recovery options. Important: a social security number, email address, and mobile phone number can only be associated with one FSA ID. If you share an email address with someone else, then only one of you will be able to use that email address to create an FSA ID. So some tips for it. If you need to provide information about your parents on the FAFSA form, one of your parents will need to make an ID as well to sign the form. Your parents can create a FSA ID and then sign the FAFSA form electronically using that FAFSA ID. Not sure whether you'll need to put your parents' information or not. Check out your dependency status as far as your FAFSA goes. But you should create your own FSA ID, and your parents should create their own. Also, make sure to use the correct FAFSA ID when signing the FAFSA form electronically. So, when you first create your FSA ID, the use of your ID will be restricted to completing, signing, and submitting an original first-time FAFSA form. You'll have to wait 1 to 3 days for your information to be confirmed by the Social Security Administration before you can use your FAFSA ID for other actions, such as submitting a FAFSA renewal or signing a master's promissory note. And that's it for this. So thank you for listening.